My speaker is Olufisayo Kunsaya. Is a business development professional. Over the years, he has developed skills and experience as a business analyst and project manager, working with teams on several engagements in different sectors in Nigeria. Fisher was responsible for preparing the Nigeria banking industry review, as in depth of the banking industry, as well as the health of the banks within the industry. So my guest here is a business coach, a strategy consultant. I have watched him over the years. I've watched his videos, his clips. I've seen him teach. He's filled with so much wisdom. That's why I have to bring him to teach you business anatomy secret. He has written a book on that, and I would advise you get that book. I myself am going to get the book. So he's not just a speaker. It's because of one of his message. I watched him. First time I watched him was on a lady they call Mary Jane. I watched him on that section, one of our platforms, something like that. It made me understood why God's priority is human being and why you should not hate on people. It was through him I've got to change my perspective about how I see people, how I hate people, how I treat people. If not for him, I don't know. I would have continued to have hatred for human, which is God's priority. Even if I hate somebody, the person can still succeed because that is God's priority. So it was through Mr. Fisayo I had to learn all this secret, all this thing. So he have shaped my belief system, my thought pattern, and everything I do. And that is why I bring him here because he's very good at that. Let's wait. I'll bring him in now. Let me know why it is not showing. Okay, he's back. He's back. He's back. So boss, I have your network. Let's hold on. The network. The network. Let me see what I can do. The network is not friendly at all. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's here. So I have introduced you, sir, and I've spoke about your impact in my life, how I got to know you. So, and I'm happy to have you here. Thank you for honoring my invitation to speak here. I will repeat it. One of your message that changed my life, that really changed my perspective about people is when you said God's priority are the creation, people, individuals, human is created. So because of you, I learned that even though you hate human, you don't have to hate human being. Like human being, you don't have any right to hate any human being. It was through you that I learned that. Before I used to, but since the day I learned that everything about me changed. I make peace with people I used to have some problem with, some kind of. So it's not me to have that hatred because I've encountered somebody like you and your message. I have to change my perspective. Everything about my thought pattern changed since the day I learned that from you. So thank you so much, sir, for becoming a beacon of hope and light, sharing your knowledge to the world. God bless you for coming to Sales
Okay.
Army School, SAS University. Thank you, sir. So moving
Thank you.
on, you wrote a book titled Business Anatomy. I don't know if I'm correct, but I think I'm correct. So it was through that book I said we will not just be teaching people about sales skills and all that. People need to have that skill, understand how to be in business, understand everything they have to do to run their business, to earn their skill and do well, become sought after. That's why I say I should bring you here. You should break these things down for every one of us to understand this, your anatomy, your secrets, your knowledge, your depth of wisdom, things you've learned over the years, so that we will also learn from you. So you have the stage to teach, sir. I'm here to learn.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm just going to talk briefly because, like you said, I have quite a busy schedule. But I just want to talk about what you mentioned. You know, when you go to entrepreneurship schools and you talk about all these things, they tell you about what the core value of entrepreneurship is: be shrewd, understand this, competence, and they tell you a lot of things. Um, but what they don't tell you in business school is that people are nature's priority, right? And people are God's priority. Now, if you drill that down into business, it means many things. First of all, it means that there is a demand. It means that every generation has a demand. Those that supply the needs of their generation will eventually be signatories to the identity of the entire generation. And I want to break that statement down. Every generation has something that they need, right? Those that rise up, right? When you start a business, you are rising up to supply the need of the generation. You are a custodian of the identity of the generation. So if we say, for instance, that Nigerians are corrupt, it's not as if Nigerians are corrupt. The Nigerians that have shown up are corrupt. So you don't. So the first thing I'll tell you is that you don't do anybody any good by having a business idea and procrastinating and not doing anything about it, right? You're not doing anybody good by that because you would leave the stage for people who are less qualified, people who don't have the same wholesome ideas you have, and they will still take the stage. And because nature does not allow for a vacuum, and people are nature's priority, nature will allow them to thrive. So the first thing I've said is that people are nature's priority, one, and there's that every generation has a set of demands, and those that sort of show up, those that show up to meet the demand of their generation will be custodians of the identity of the entire generation. And it's very important. So if you have been postponing that business and you said, I'll start when, just start. I mean, do your business planning and all that, but don't enter into analysis paralysis. Just start. Two, when you are trying to raise funding, maybe I'll tell you three or four things today. When you are trying to raise funding, you must bear in mind that you may not always be able to see the end from the beginning because life is an installment, right? So what your hand finds to do today, just do it. Do it with all your heart, and it will lead to the next chapter of your life, which will lead to the next chapter of your life. You must understand that the resources of God in nature are motion sensitive, which means that they are designed, the doors that you think are closed are designed to open when they sense someone coming towards them. If they do not sense anybody coming towards them, they don't open. It's motion sensitive. So when you start a business, the first thing you do is not ask yourself, how do I fund it? No, that will kill your idea. You start the business, incubate it, and start the journey. And you will find that on the way, the resources to bring it together will come because they are always only programmed to come as you open. So if you look at the Bible, when Moses was leading the children of Israel from business, he lifted up his staff and the Red Sea parted. When it was time for Aaron to do the same thing with the Jordan, so you can't lift your staff this time. You have to put your feet inside. And as he put his feet inside, the Jordan parted. So the resources of God in nature are motion sensitive. Very important. So first of all, start that business. Do your business planning properly. Start that business. Second of all, don't worry about capital. Start. Is motion sensitivity, is the law of motion sensitivity that helps your business to grow. Now, the third thing I'll say is when you are resourcing your business, especially with people, you must understand that people are God's priority. Nature will send you. Now, when I say that, I say it in another angle that wealth is transferred through siblings, it's transferred through families. Wealth cannot be created because God has created everything. Wealth is inherited and transferred through families. So as you go through your life, nature will send you siblings, people who will be close to you, people who will bring equity into your business. When you identify those people, you do not treat them anyhow, right? That's the secret that a lot of people miss out in business. So if you take case studies like GTB, Access Bank, these companies are now doing 1 trillion in balance sheet size, 100 billion in revenue, right? When they started with one person who started and then identified another person and said, this person is going to be my brother for life. So Tayo Aderonku identified, Fola Adeola identified Tayo Aderonku in GTB, and they became brothers for life. If they fought and they did not do it that way, that company will never be where it is today. Ag Imokwede and Herbert Wigwe, they became brothers for life. So in life, the Bible says there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. You must always, right, look for the friend that sticks closer than the brother. Now, you must not squander those relationships. Life will send you quality relationships. You must learn not to squander those relationships, because that is how your business will grow. When people come to you in business, you use the factors of production. Uh, Land, rent is used to pay for tenants or land. When someone brings them rent, wages are used to reward effort, right? Unskilled labor. When someone brings effort into your business, you pay them wages, right? But when someone brings capital, capital is not money. Capital is the sum total of your life from the day you were born to now, the value you bring. When someone brings capital into your business, you do not pay them rent or wages. You incorporate them and you cut them in. That's the way people have made themselves billionaires over the years, right? So you need to understand this, that this is how business works, that the first core value is love. And that's why we say people are nature's priority. Love is the biggest core value. Everything must be driven by love. In fact, if you don't work in love, you will never see ideas. You will never see innovations. Those innovations is only reserved for those who work love. If you want to see innovation, work in love. If you don't work in love, you will never see innovation, right? The only way to see innovation in business is to work in love, right? So every spark of idea in the world, every spark of idea that the world works with started with one thought, one simple thought. How can I make the lives of people better? Not how can I make money. Now, it's not bad that there's making money. Of course, you make money. But if you are focused on business just for making money, you will have a ceiling that you can never touch, right? But if you are focused on business to help people, you can potentially build a transgenerational business, right? Because you enter with the idea, how can I help people? That's a very dangerous question to ask. How can I help people, or how can I make the lives of people better? Businesses that are built on that, right, will tell you immediately that the impact that they make on the earth is grander, and the money that they potentially make is greater, right? So I've said four things today, right? The first one, that people are God's priority, which means that even Jesus, in reading his manifesto, said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me." And he said the effect of the business on the people. So when you craft your vision statement, you are not saying you want to be the best. Nobody cares about what you want to be the best in the industry. What we care about is the impact you want to make on the lives of people. Why are you here? Right? I am here to. So if you read Google says they are here to ensure that poor people can buy, that all the information in the world is easy to find. Very simple. It's the impact, because people is the reason why they are in business. And I also said that the resources of God in nature are motion sensitive. Don't fear about raising capital. Don't go and beg people. Wait, move. The small you have, move, right? As you move, the sea parts. That's the nature of resources, right? As you move, the sea parts. And I also said that people are a key aspect of wealth. Wealth is not created. Wealth is inherited, transferred through people. So as you are going through life, nature will send you people who will become siblings, right? They will become part of your wealth story. If you allow offense coming between you, you are playing with poverty for the rest of your life, right? Some of the friendships that you have squandered are actually wealth triggers, right? You are playing with poverty. You must never allow the offense creeping. And I said the fourth thing I said is you must have love, because love is the biggest quality of an entrepreneur. That when you love your customers, you will see innovation for them. You can never, listen to me as I close, you can never innovate for a customer group that you don't love. You can never tell me, "Ah, God, I want to earn dollars. Help me. I want to start earning dollars now, but I don't like white people." but I want to earn dollars. Yeah, yeah. The naira that you will earn is doing press up. You will never ever break that barrier because you can never innovate for a customer group that you do not love. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. I know there's a lot to chew.
Hmm, this is deep, sir. This is deep. Now, there's something I watched from one of the videos. You said the first thing one need when starting a business is God's equity. I was like, hmm, God's equity. I want to elaborate more on that. When you say God's equity, you don't need anything from any other man. You just need God's equity first before you launch any business or start any business.
It's a faith journey now. You cannot see the future, right? So if you go and partnerships are tough, if you go and look for approval of man first, they may not see what the business can be, right? And because they can't see what the business can be, even though they love you, they may just give you 100,000 or something small to say, "Oh, I like this guy, take," and that might kill your morale. And when you go to God and say, "Oh, my morale is low," you say He didn't send you to go and meet anybody to beg, right? God's word to say, "Yes, I am behind this business. This business is relevant to my plan." It's an equity or a balance sheet item because it can be trusted. You can go to the bank with it, right? So um, when you want to start an idea, go first. If you go to man first, that idea potentially poisonous, and they might be doing it in love sometimes, but they might poison it or snuff the life out of it, not steal it, or they might not even see it. So but you see, that's the nature of ideas that are born in a manger. You know, nobody sees it coming. When God Himself gave birth to His own idea in a manger, and so it tells you that that's how He operates. Start small, nobody sees you coming. Before you know, you have done one, two, three, four, five. Then money comes, and then you can do the rest. So that's the idea.
Thank you, sir. Now, what do you have to say when it comes to collaboration or partnership? In disrupting the marketplace, how do you know the right person to partner with or collaborate with in order to grow your brand or company?
We don't do anything without talking to God. That's the only way we know who to partner with. Because someone will show you CV, they'll show you every good thing about them. They will not tell you the part where they are crazy or something's wrong with them. So we don't enter partnership without God just approving. That's the secret. I'll tell you. You want to go into partnership. She said, someone might tell you, "Oh, let's go into partnership, let's do this, let's do that," right? So you now start doing due diligence. There are things you will never find about them. But if you stay away, you'll be safe. You might not be jeopardizing the future of your company by going into partnership with these people that you know nothing about. Right? So it's important. That's the first thing. When we when we receive God's equity, you ask yourself, why am I going into partnership with this person? Am I afraid that I can't raise the money? Am I afraid? Is there a real need? If there's a real need, then we go back to God. Who do you want us to partner? Sometimes He will send you to partner with someone that you don't expect, but that's the person who is going to be it in the future.
Wow, thank you, sir. Now, here's another thing. There's something you always talk about vital organ. Vital organ. You talk about a place of waiting. So now how do we connect that to businesses or company who just got started and they have not yet blew in quote, they have not got to the level they want to be, but yet they are still eating, but they have the best ideas and all that. So how do we connect that vital organ
It's
to
not connected to
business?
the vital organs are different from that. Don't mix the two ideas. Vital organs are different. There's a place for waiting, right, and continue to do. I mean, most of us that you see that in business, we have been at it for over a decade, right? And if some after finishing a career, another decade. So people have been doing a lot, you know. Um, Sometimes some people go fast, just like trees. Some people are like maize, they grow fast. Some people are like cocoa. Some people are like oil palm. They'll go slow, but they'll be here for generations. You know, some people are waiting for generations. Usually that process is slow. It might not even happen fully in your time. You have to live with it, right? So that's essentially what it is. Hello, can you
When
hear
it
me?
comes to, yes, I can hear you, sir. When it comes to planning strategies to remain relevant, how do we plan and what are the or join together in order to be relevant in the marketplace?
What does again? What does relevance mean? You have to be very careful to ask what does relevance mean? Does it mean profitable? Does it mean what does it mean? You know, because you know what it means, then you're not be able to define what the future is. What does relevance mean to you? Does it mean that I want to be more profitable? Does it mean I want to have more people's lives? You know, yeah, you have to know what relevance means. And strategies for being relevant, even when you know what it means, depending on how you define it, depends on each business. Each business has their own strategy, each industry has their own strategy, each company has the way that it calls customers. You know, each separate that some people separate customers or their consumers, some people do different things. You know, so there's no plain vanilla strategy for everybody. But you have to ask yourself, why are we here? What's relevance? Are we here to make money? Are we here to change the way things are done? Are we here to reduce the cost so that people in other sales of life can buy something cheaper? For instance, Walmart says that their vision is to ensure that people can do what rich people buy. Relevance for them is along the line of their vision, right? So, what does relevance mean? That's the question. That's the answer.
Wow, wow, wow.
This network is really
Thank
top.
you.
They carry me.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I think the network is not really friendly with us.